Black Phone 2, sequel to The Black Phone, features Ethane Hawke as the Grabber. Why is the gone? It was The Black Phone, bothers my OCD. Anyway, I knew a guy named the Grabber once. We don't hang out anymore.
What? No.
So this takes place 4 years after taking down the Grabber. A very different type of movie as well. The first film is simplistic and somewhat grounded, with the Grabber being an actual person, and this film kind of makes him an entity in the vein of what they do in a very classic horror movie. Have you ever heard of this? Nightmare on Elm Street. Similar concept, appears in your dreams, can hurt you or kill you in your dreams. It's like, yeah, we've seen this before, but at the same time, I do appreciate that this movie is just going so far away from what it did originally, but keeping and maintaining the type of story they were telling, right? The characters, the circumstances, and while it expands everything about the lore and gets a lot bigger in that way, it is a smaller, more claustrophobic movie taking place in this winter atmosphere, and that leads us to a very cool-looking aesthetic. And what they do with these nightmare sequences here, the grainy look, and even some of the shots we get in here, bloody, violent, some messed up stuff happening. I wouldn't say as scary as I wanted it to be. It's more just unnerving imagery, and you're seeing some very crazy things regarding some of these younger characters, and so that's freaky. It's going to freak you out. And then the Grabber itself as this entity is kind of terrifying with how he lingers, and those types of things, scares, if you will, were really cool in this movie. But again, I didn't really feel terrified. It was more, I'm just kind of interested and invested. My main issue with this sequel is, well, first of all, I loved the simplicity of the first, and I like the fact that it knew what it needed to be. And while this is trying to understand and expand this story in that way, I don't love that it got so far away from what I enjoyed about The Black Phone. Not Black Phone. It also moves at a snail's pace at times, and while Mason Thames and really all of the performances here are good, even Ethane Hawke in very limited screen time, so I was enjoying the characters and even some of that injected humor. There were moments of dialogue and characters having conversations where I'm just like, we could have done this 30-minute thing in about 10 minutes. So I definitely didn't vibe with Black Phone 2 as much as I did the first, but I feel like a lot of people will be on the other side of the fence. And if you like this more mystic and fascinating thing that they do with this character, kind of expanding it in that way, then you're going to like this. Have a good time with it. I expected a bit more myself, but the overall style, Scott Derrickson as a filmmaker brings it every time. And so it's a solid sequel, just not quite as good